Hello darlings and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rhonda, the perfume maven, and on this channel we discover fragrance. So in today's video we're going to be doing a comparison of these two fragrances from the same house, same line, but just a different version. So this first one that we have is Gucci Guilty Perfume. This is an eau de parfum and I am going to do a direct comparison to the Gucci Guilty Perfume eau de parfum, but this one is the Love Edition. So we're going to definitely go and compare these two perfumes. One I have a full-size bottle, which is a 90 ml, and this one I have a 1.6 ounce, which is a 50 ml. So I do actually want to go over and discuss both of these fragrances to see if it is worth having both. Are they different enough to where you can just go with one or the other? And I'm going to share my thoughts on these two perfumes. So if you're interested in my thoughts, just stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so to start off with the first one, which is the Gucci Guilty Eau de Parfum. This one is in the 90 ml, and this is the box. Very clean, cream color box with a gold Gucci label or logo. Very clean and elegant, simple, clean lines. And I do actually keep all of my boxes because I store my perfumes back into the box. And if you're interested to know how I actually store my perfumes, I will leave a video or I will leave a card where you can click and watch that video of how I store my perfumes. But I always keep my boxes. But to get into this first one, this one is the Gucci Guilty Perfume. Definitely a classic looking bottle with a light pink juice, and you do have the metal casing, which is gold, and it kind of resembles the Gucci Guilties, but from the Eau de Toilette line. Those are the smaller ones, or even the ones where the actual cap is big and the whole bottle is like encased in gold, and the Gucci Guilty Black is more encased in black. But this one is the Eau de Parfum, so there is a difference. So this Eau de Parfum is not in the same classification as the Gucci Guilty Eau de Toilette. These are two different classification of scents. This is described as an oriental floral. So it's floral, citrus, powdery, definitely powdery, and it does have a little bit of patchouli. So let me go ahead and give it a spray. Okay, so what I get from this is you definitely pick up the citrus. So this one is really, really heavy on the citrus, which is coming from the bergamot. Bergamot is almost in the same family with a lime or lemon. And you do also get those florals. You get the floral of violet. So violet is like a very clean smelling floral to me. It's nowhere near as prominent as a white floral. And violet does come off as being powdery. So you do get this powdery citrus. And then you also have a clean, really soapy smelling geranium. That is what geranium smells like. To me, it's really soapy. So now you have this citrus powdery soap. That's what I really, really get from this. And it also is kind of weird because I do pick up almost like a leathery scent, but there's no leathery notes. Almost like a suede type of scent. But this is really, really elegant. It is kind of more on the light side, but it does lean more on the light, classy side. This also does have patchouli, which patchouli is kind of earthy smelling, but this one is a clean smelling patchouli. This is really classy and clean. Definitely powdery too. So this one you can actually go in moderately to spray. So I did spray 4 sprays of this. This one lasts me about 4 hours on the skin. It's not very, very long lasting, but if you spray it on clothes, you would definitely get more out of it. But for me on my skin, it lasts me about 4 hours with about 4 sprays. Really classy and elegant and soapy. And it almost leans just slightly unisex. This one can either be worn by either male or female. Definitely both can enjoy, but this one is really, really clean, soapy, floral. Very classy with touches of citrus, the touches of bergamot. So this one is really, really nice. About 4 hours on the skin and maybe 6 to 8 if you spray it on clothing. But this one again is Gucci Guilty Perfume Eau de Parfum. Okay, so moving right along to this next one. This one is the Gucci Guilty Love Edition, and this one is a Perfume as well, and this is an Eau de Parfum too. But this one is in a 50 ml, and this packaging is similar to the original Gucci Guilty Perfume, but this one has frosted glass. It's more of a pink tone, a pink nudie tone, and the casing is more of a glossy metal that is pink tone as well to match the top. And then on the top, you have the Gucci stamp on the bottle. Now, this bottle is a 50 ml, and you guys, you can actually see the difference in the bottle. So this one is kind of small for 50 ml. So when I first seen it, I was surprised. Okay, I would have thought it would have been a little bit taller, but that is neither here nor there. This one is a Shipra floral, so I knew it's going to be kind of sharp on the florals. And this one has a tinge of sweet, so you definitely do pick up a little bit more fruit in this one than in the original Eau de Parfum. Still has the same characteristics as the original, but this one is a tad bit sweeter, definitely a little bit more powdery. Citrus, not so much. The patchouli is there, but it's not as strong as it is in this one. This one just takes on more of a sweetness. And you also still have that violet, which gives it that powdery aspect. And it's still very clean, very fresh, very powdery as the original, but definitely just a tad bit more sweet. And I will also classify this one as classy and casual as the original, but like I said, with a little bit more sweetness to it. But this one has just a little bit more lasting power. This one lasted about 5 hours on the skin, and you will get about 8 hours if you spray it on clothing. So this one is a little bit more longer lasting than the original one. And also this one is just a little bit more sweeter. And this one does dry down a little bit more musky. So you do get that musky base. Now comparing these side by side, do you need both of them? In my honest opinion, I would say no. They're too similar to actually have both. But to me, this is what I do. So I went ahead and I did purchase both of them. Now, which one do I like more? When I got this Gucci Guilty Perfume, the Love Edition, you guys, I loved it. When I first sprayed it, it did remind me of the original. And my husband really, really loves the original, so he told me to keep this one. Guys, so I put this one down. Since I've had this bottle, I've worn this 3 times, so I really have formed a really good opinion. This one being a little bit more longer lasting. I do actually prefer this one over the original, but I was still on the fence if I wanted to keep this one because it's so similar and it is a smaller bottle. But I do actually prefer the Gucci Guilty Love Edition over the original. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this one, okay? Because I'm not going to keep both of them because they are pretty much too much of the same scent, except for this one is a little bit sweeter, and I do actually like a little bit more sweeter perfumes. So hubby is going to be a little bit mad at me because I'm going to get rid of this one, okay? I've had her in my collection about a year now, or maybe a little bit over a year, and you can see where I am on it. I've worn it several times, but I do actually prefer this one. The Love is not a love for me, but I do like it. And I think I'm going to get more wears out of this with us going into the fall season. So I'm more leaning towards the Love Edition when I am comparing these two. So Love Edition it is, and goodbye to Gucci Guilty the Eau de Parfum. Okay, you guys, so this does sum up my comparison of Gucci Guilty Perfume Eau de Parfum versus Gucci Guilty Love Edition Perfume Eau de Parfum. So I do actually prefer the Love Edition over the original Perfume, so I'm definitely going to be keeping the Love Edition. So if you have any one of these fragrances, comment down below and let me know your thoughts on either the Love or the original Eau de Parfum. Which do you prefer? Or even if you're interested in trying either one of these two, comment and let me know. I will definitely leave links down below where you can find both of these fragrances at a very, very good price. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.